After the call to execute Order 66 was given by Chancellor Palpatine in the final hours of the Clone Wars, one clone commander began to question the order, realizing that he was not making his own decisions and instead being controlled by an inhibitor chip. This clone trooper was called Commander Grey and served Jedi Master Depa Bilaba and her apprentice Caleb Dume. So why did Commander Grey refuse Order 66? I'm going to break down exactly why Commander Grey refused to follow Order 66 and how he saved the life of Caleb Dume, who later became Kanan Jarrus. So before we get into it, remember to hit the subscribe button with notifications on for more awesome Star Wars lore content. At the moment, only 12% of you who are watching this video are subscribed. So if you do enjoy the content, remember to subscribe for more. Shortly before the events of Order 66, Depa Bilaba's clone battalion arrived on the planet Kala, engaging in a fierce battle against the Separatist droid army. The leader of the Separatists on the planet was a Devaronian warrior called General Cleve. After General Cleve's Separatist forces were defeated on the planet, many of the locals were still disappointed because they did not see any difference between the Republic or Separatists occupying their home world. After getting into a heated argument with the locals, Master Depa Bilaba, her apprentice Caleb Dume, and Commander Grey set up a camping site in a nearby field. While sitting in front of a warm yellow fire, with embers flying around the three, something absolutely chilling happened. Commander Grey received an incoming hologram transmission from the leader of the Grand Army of the Republic, Chancellor Palpatine. He stepped away from the fire to properly receive the hologram, where he was given the order to execute Order 66 on Master Depa Bilaba and Caleb Dume. Luckily, Depa Bilaba had already received a Force vision only moments earlier, similar to the one that Master Yoda received on Kashyyyk before he was attacked, allowing her to be prepared to fight back. Bilaba and Caleb Dume were forced to kill many of their clones, including ones that they had formed deep friendships with in order to survive. Commander Grey ordered the rest of his men to surround the two Jedi, causing Bilaba to tell her apprentice to run. Caleb Dume managed to rush out of the campsite to relative safety, but Depa Bilaba was unfortunately shot in the back multiple times by Commander Grey and the other clones, killing her immediately. In the days after Order 66 was given by Chancellor Palpatine, Commander Grey and his second-in-command, Trooper Styles, continued to search for Caleb Dume on the surface of the planet Kala. Dume had joined up with a local on the planet named Casimir as a scoundrel participating in many criminal activities to survive. Unfortunately, after a job Caleb Dume was given went wrong, Casimir immediately sold him out and gave up his location to Commander Grey and Styles. The locals on the planet were holding Caleb Dume in a prison cell, awaiting the arrival of Commander Grey, but fortunately, Casimir came back to rescue Dume because he felt bad for giving him up to the clones. As the two escaped from the prison, Commander Grey and Styles wildly chased them until they finally caught up to the two on the planet Larn. As Caleb Dume was negotiating a business deal on the planet in order to survive, his associate Casimir was ambushed and held at gunpoint by Commander Grey. Grey demanded to know the location of Caleb Dume, but Casimir refused to give it up, claiming that he separated with the boy long before he arrived on the surface of the planet. The two clones continued their sweep of the planet, eventually managing to ambush Caleb Dume, who had joined the Separatist General Cleve from the earlier battle. They then knocked him unconscious. While transporting Dume back to the planet Kala from earlier, Commander Grey and Styles decided that they would have to execute him on the spot or risk losing him once again. Caleb Dume begged for his life, reminding them of the friendship that they had only a few short days ago. His begging managed to buy enough time for Casimir and Cleve to catch up with Commander Grey's ship, attempting to rescue him. Once his two allies arrived on the ship, Caleb Dume force-pushed the two clones away and managed to make his escape. It was at this point that Commander Grey began having huge doubts about executing Order 66 and killing his former friend. I really love this because in a small way it brings back how the clones were in Legends. In Legends, the clones did not have inhibitor chips, but simply had to make a decision on whether or not to believe that the Jedi really did commit treason against the Republic and to follow the order to execute them. Despite easily having enough firepower to kill Dume, Casimir and the former Separatist general, more serious doubts clouded his mind about why the clones obeyed Order 66 so easily. He shared his doubts about Order 66 with Trooper Styles, but he disagreed, stating that the Jedi attempted to kill the Supreme Chancellor and take power for themselves and are therefore traitors to the Republic and now the Empire. After failing to convince Styles that Order 66 was not a decision of their own mind, Commander Grey snapped and decided to completely disobey it. Grey pulled his blaster rifle out and destroyed the controls of the ship, crippling its defenses and allowing it to be brutally attacked. After Caleb Dume was brought to safety, Casimir and General Cleve fired upon Commander Grey and Trooper Styles' ship, destroying it, killing both of the clones. Commander Grey's heroic actions ultimately saved the life of Caleb Dume. For some unknown reason that will never be discovered, Grey's inhibitor chip failed to work, causing him to disobey Order 66 and save the life of a Jedi. My theory is that his chip simply malfunctioned in the same way that Tups did when he killed Master Tiplar, but this time it malfunctioned in the opposite way. Either way, let me know why you think Commander Grey's free will was strong enough to refuse Order 66 and disobey Palpatine's order. I really hope they expand on the inhibitor chips and how they really work. I'd also love to see how Palpatine had direct access to them, with clones being spread so far across the galaxy. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe to the channel and support me on Patreon, which is linked in the pinned comment down below. Cheers guys, hope to see you in the next one.